What's special about us from Pat Smith that we can shut down like that?
I think what's special is it isn't anything special. You know, it's years of discipline and hard work, and this is just where the work starts. You know, we get on the team, but now it's time to qualify the weight. It's the biggest year in the quad, and we're making it happen. So the work starts when we get back.
So you saw highlight reel, small bed,
Yeah.
match one.
Oh yeah.
And that's pretty crazy. It's like really impressive. But how do you regroup and then just shut him down for 2 straight matches and take the spot?
Yeah, it just goes back to being refocused, and where I find my focus is in something bigger than myself. I think I'm called to give everything I possibly have every time I do anything, especially step on the mat. You know, stepping on the mat is an act of worship for me. So that's a big deal. So focus on giving everything I have, being the best possible version I can of me, and then that's the number one goal. Results follow that. But the biggest thing is wrestle well.
Pat, what goes into being on high alert and not putting yourself in any dangerous positions against him?
Excuse me, what was
That's-
that?
yeah, what goes into being on high alert and not
Yeah.
putting yourself in any positions where you
Yeah,
get launched?
I mean, we had a good game plan, and came out a lot more physical in the second match, which I think was really good for me. That's my wheelhouse. I'm a brawler, and I model after Brandon Paulson, Dennis Hall, Mike Houck style, So that's where I want to be, and I executed that game plan a little better in the second match. I started to feel the positions where I could be good and the positions where I definitely didn't want to be. And I was able to make that adjustment, and it worked out for me today.
How much better are you than in 2017 when you're on this team?
Man, I've had to make a lot of adjustments, especially after, last year coming up short and taking third at the World Team Trials. But I think everything in life, it's a constant reflection process, right? Don't get too high, don't get too low. Just look at it objectively and continue to get better. So I had to look at my holes a lot more last year, and I spent a lot of time getting in more comfortable and uncomfortable positions where, those uncomfortable positions are positions Kamal Bay was putting me in. And, it doesn't feel good when you're training. You want to go out there and do what you're really good at all the time, every day, but that's not the point of training, right? It's put yourself in spots where you're not as good and get yourself better. And I spent a lot of time doing that. I definitely don't think I'm where I need to be, though, right now. So like I said, it's like the work starts when we get back. The focus is Kazakhstan, and we got to get those weights qualified for the greatest country in the world.
What do you think of the Honda Civic comment? Is there a better description? Is there a better vehicle out there?
It was clever. I wish you would have given me something cool, like a Jeep Wrangler, or like a big jacked up truck or something. Like plow through stuff. But whatever. I mean, it's his opinion. To clear it up, I drive a 2001 PT Cruiser that my coworker gave to me for $80. So we're hanging on to that right now. We call it the PT Bruiser. So next time we can do the Bruiser versus the Ferrari if that's what he wants, So give it up to him for making a show out of it, though. That's awesome.
So moving up a weight class feels like a pretty good decision right now.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time this summer stressing over that. Last summer, not this. Talked to nutritionists, talked to a lot of mentors, and just tried to figure out what would be the best thing. And at the end of the day, it came down to getting better at wrestling. And I knew that if I was going to go down, I wasn't going to be able to get as good at wrestling as I could if I went up. So that's what the focus was. I wrestled more matches this year than I ever have. I actually probably trained a lot more volume, but I think that's attributed to not cutting as much weight. I felt good, and I was able to recover quicker. Usually you have that tough mindset, like, it doesn't affect me. I'm disciplined. I can do it. But I think I was able to put a lot more volume in and a lot more matches and travel a lot more stress-free without having to cut that weight. So.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Congrats.
Thanks, guys.
I ran